Alright, so the 2024 season is just right around the corner. So I guess before the green flag drops, I want to put up a list of drivers who I think we should watch on in 2024. And obviously, this isn't necessarily a list that says, no, these guys are going to do good or bad. This is basically just, let's just focus on these guys a little bit closer just to see how well they'll do next season. So on the first name on the list will be Ryan Blaney. And obviously Ryan, he's gonna have a lot of eyes on him, right? Because he's the defending champion, and we also Ryan's a really good racer. The only question is, will he be able to back up that championship? Yeah, because obviously last year, his teammate Joey Logano, who has more experience, he faltered out and had himself quite a disappointing championship defense. So it's gonna be real interesting to see how well Ryan does this season. Let's talk about 200 motorsports drivers, Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman. Also, 2023 was a bit of a rough year for both Chase and Alex, where if you count 2022 for Alex, it's been a rough last two seasons. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they were to bounce back in the 2024, considering fact how well both William Byron and Kyle Larson ran last year, since both of them combined had 10 wins for Hendrick Motorsports. And not only that, both of them made the Final Four. Surprisingly, not winning the championship, too. I'm kind of surprised, that they didn't, since they were probably two of the better drivers that season. Next up to talk about Stewart-Haas in general. Also, they had a lot of changes. This past season, Kevin Harvick retiring and Eric Almirola going down to the Xfinity Series, running for Joe Gibbs on a part-time schedule. So I'm going to be real different to see, the new drivers, and Noah Gragson, who had a very disappointing 2023, and Josh Berry, who's never really left the junior motorsports camp, or in fact how bad they were, where Stewart-Haas was, and in fact that three other four drivers weren't even in the top 20 in points. So it's going to be really interesting to know if they really made any significant changes to the team, other than just two new drivers and a new logo. So we're talking about Josh Berry. Let's go ahead and talk about our rookies. Obviously, the rookies all had some experience, especially last year. Josh Berry filling for both Chase and Alex, and Carson Hocevar replaced Noah Gragson for a lot of the last second half of this season. And we saw Zane Smith race in front row for, what was it, 6 races, I believe it was. In that 38 car, and that one race in the 36. So it was going to be really interesting to see how they adapt to a full season schedule. And like I say, which one of them will do better. Because in fact, Zane's got, both Zane and Carson driving for Spire, but Zane's got the Trackhouse agreement. And like mentioned earlier, Josh Berry's got Stewart-Haas and their steaming pile of junk. Speaking of rookie, let's go ahead and talk about the rookie of the year, our sophomore driver, Ty Gibbs. I also we saw Ty Gibbs grew a lot in, his maturity already last season. He had 10 top 10s in his rookie year, and he really did really well in the second half of this season. So, also, will this be a retrace of his Xfinity career where he just pretty much dominated the races whenever he was in, then he win the championship? Well, I don't say he's going to win the championship, but basically, he's saying, will he, it'll just be like Xfinity where he'll just do good, or will he be like many rookies before him and just get nailed with the sophomore slump? Now, we can talk about the Xfinity Series here. We can talk about Cole Custer, but we all know how good Cole Custer is in the Xfinity, so let's talk about his teammate, Riley Herbst. Honestly, Riley doesn't even say it was a disappointing year for him in 2023. He failed to make the playoffs for the first time, but I say, in fact, he had that dominating win at Las Vegas. In fact, we saw Cole win the championship. It's going to be real interesting if Riley can now match Cole on the racetrack. And hopefully, he won't be considered the one-hit. I don't want to say he should be a one-hit wonder, but I know if he doesn't improve again and this season, it might be a bit of a disappointment for him. When I say, in fact, I said they had that dominating win and had all that momentum built up from the end of 2022 and the beginning of 23. Then the end of 23, the middle of 23 sucked. So, hopefully, it's just an all-around good year for him. Next up, let's keep an eye on Josh Williams. This is actually Josh's first good opportunity in a quality race car. For the last few seasons, he drove for Mario Gosling, and in whatever number Mario had him driving in, and I saw he drove for BJ McLeod a little bit. So, this year in driving for Colleague Racing, this is going to be the first time that he's actually going to have some real decent equipment that he's got to sit behind. So it's going to be real interesting to see will he, step up to the plate and hopefully help, go trophy hunting with AJ Allmendinger at Colleague, or will he just be like I I don't know how to describe it. I hope it's not disappointing because I believe everyone likes Josh and they want to see Josh do good. Speaking of colleague racing, let's go and talk about his new teammate, SVG, Shane Van Gisbergen. Also, we saw Shane have success in the Cup Series. His 2 starts, he both got top 10. And in fact, they're both on road courses, and he won at the Chicago Street Race. So it's going to be real interesting to see how good Shane does on the ovals. Because in fact, he spent all the years doing V8 supercar races, and being dominant over there. And in fact, his lack of oval experience, I think he only has, if I'm correct, one asphalt oval start. And that was in the Truck Series race at IRP. And surprisingly, he has 1 dirt oval race. And I don't know where it was at, but I saw a picture of Shane in a dirt car. So it's going to be really interesting to see how well he adapts to the ovals. Because I'll see a lot of people that go from the, I guess you can say, the road course or stuff, like guys like Patrick Carpentier and Jacques Villeneuve and guys like that. They didn't really adapt real well to the ovals. But they were real good on the road courses. So let's just hope Shane doesn't really fall into that category. And hopefully, he comes up great. The great Aussie, as they say. He could be like, he could say he can be better than Marcos Ambrose. Marcos did good he did good on some ovals, but not every race for Marcos was a slam dunk. Another guy on the list here, Sheldon Creed. Sheldon did improve a little bit over at RCR from 2022 and 2023. But obviously, he didn't win, and he was the B driver over there. So it's going to be real interesting to see, is it just Sheldon, or is it actually the team that he's driving for? Because he's going over to JGR now. Basically, it's the best of the best. You ain't getting no better than that over in the Xfinity Series. So basically, it's going to be really interesting to see Sheldon can go and win, whether it's himself holding him back, or was it Richard Childress Racing holding him back. Speaking of RCR, let's talk about Sheldon's replacement, Jesse Love. Obviously, Jesse he had a dominating ARCA season. He had 10 wins on the season. He won the championship. Kind of like a Ty Gibbs scenario. So it's going to be real interesting. Will he be just like Ty and just hop in the car and just go out there and win races and just be competitive? Or will he just be another B-plus teammate late to Austin Hill? And we'll go ahead and we'll finish up with the Xfinity Series drivers here with Hailie Deegan. Now, I hate to be a broken record here on Hailie, but I feel like it needs to keep being mentioned over and over again. He just sucked. There's no better way to use it. She sucked in the Truck Series. 5 top 10s and almost 70 starts. He just was just outright bad. And everyone kept saying, "Oh, she needs to be here." The Truck Series is a bunch of no talent, full throttle racing. Well, she's at where they want her to be at now. So basically, there's no excuses for this season, not just for Hailie, but her fans as well. And not only that, she's the sole focus over at AM Racing. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how well Hailie does. Either it's gonna be really good or really bad. So we all hope it's really good. If she does well, obviously everyone benefits. But if she does bad, then it is what it is. So let's move on from her. All right, let's head on down to the Truck Series. Let's talk about an old, a familiar last name here, Lane Riggs. Obviously, Lane's replacing Zane Smith in that 38 truck for front row. And also, Zane did real well with that truck. He won the championship in 22. He stumbled a little bit in 23. He did win a few times, but some say he had bad luck, which I can see that. But obviously, that doesn't show a whole lot. But it's going to be really interesting to see how well Lane does. Lane did really well in his select starts in both truck and Xfinity. So I'm real excited to see Lane hop in that truck. I think he's going to do real well. Another driver to keep an eye on here, Jake Garcia. Obviously, Jake, he had a pretty good year over in that 35 truck for Bill McAnally. He had a solid year in the Truck Series, and he's replacing Hailie Deegan over at the ThorSport truck. So it's going to be real interesting to see whether or not the team's holding that 4th truck down, or was it just Hailie not having a fun time over in the Truck Series. Another driver here, basically, I don't think we need to keep an eye on him a whole lot, but just for, shots and goggles here, Corey Heim. Also, Corey, he was the dominating truck of the Truck Series last season, 19 top 10, and, championship 4, could have won, would have won, probably should have won the Truck Series title, but circumstances happened, but now those circumstances, they're gone now, so basically, going to be real interesting to see whether or not Corey can back up that season and finally claim the Truck Series crown. We're going to talk about more of an underrated guy here, Bailey Curry. Also, Bailey, he kind of flew around the mid card Xfinity Series teams. He never really did real well. He drove for like JD Motorsports, guys like that. So he never really had a chance to really shine. I know show his competitiveness, but in 2023 when he went over to Nice, he had a very solid few starts over there at Nice. Now he did really well, and obviously he's got this full-time deal with Nice, so it's gonna be really interesting to see. Can he be like Carson Hocevar and Ross Chastain, or is he gonna be like everybody else that went over to Thor Sport and just drove like crap? And finish up this list here, I guess it's kind of like the Bailey Curry situation here. Matt Mills. Matt never really had the greatest of equipment, and that one start with Kyle Busch he had at Richmond, Matt did fairly well in it. I think he might have got a top 10, I believe. And he's over at Nice, just like Bailey Curry, and it's gonna be interesting to see whether or not he's like the other drivers not named Chastain and Hocevar. Will he do good, or is he gonna falter out and just be another one of those guys on the and gals? Natalie Decker raced for him too, but just overall, you're gonna have the small good section here and the large bad section. I just hope both Bailey and Matt are not in the large bad section, being the small good section over here. All right, and then that's it. That's the guys and gal who I think we should watch in 2024. Think you should be somebody else that we should watch, or you think you agree? Comment down below and leave a like. It helps out a lot, and subscribe to see more.